here with Shawn Cunix, philanthropist, entrepreneur, and poker champion. Shawn, you won third place at one of the country's largest poker events. Can you tell me what allows you to stay so cool and collected under pressure?
Well, one of the big things, and I've brought this up many times, is it's not my career. I'm there to have fun. It's a hobby of mine. I'm not really pressured by how much money I win. It's just a big deal to me to compete strong and have a good time while I'm there.
Before, I've heard you allude to your Inspire Happiness initiative. Can you describe what that is for people who may not be aware of it yet?
Well, Inspire Happiness, and I've mentioned this on several occasions as well, but it's something that came about with a group of people that were very close to me, some of them being employees and some of them being family members. And after spending 2 days in a room taking personality tests and defining what it is that I meant to the company and to them personally, they came up with this as my mission statement in life and within the business. And it's just stuck with us for years. And if anybody that spends time with me knows that I'm always trying to inspire them, motivate them, make them laugh, and I'm always trying to get close to somebody so I can see if there's anything I can do to better their life or help them.
Okay, so you're interested in finding anybody, whether it's a stranger or a friend, and really helping them find their purpose?
I wouldn't just say anyone. Because I have realized I spend a lot of time on people that don't want to put back the time into themselves. If somebody's willing to actually put some energy into themselves and listen to what other people are saying, not that I'm an expert in the world, but I've had quite a bit of experience for a guy that's 41 years old, and if somebody's willing to listen, then I'm willing to spend some time and inspire them and give them some ideas on how they might better their life by maybe even suggesting some books that they read or suggesting how they might interact with their partner or their spouse.
Now, would you say that this is your brand?
It's a great question because I have people say, hey, this is his brand, and they almost do it in a negative undertone sometimes. Well, it's not a negative thing to me. This is not necessarily not only my brand, but it's also my way of life. Anyone that spends time with me realizes that Inspire Happiness really encircles and encompasses every aspect of my life, whether it be family, business, personal, poker, whatever it is. It's just a way of life for me.
Shawn, forgive me, but you don't sound like a typical poker player.
As I mentioned before, I'm not for many reasons. One is a lot of the guys out there are playing it as their job or career. It means a lot to them for many reasons. And for me, it's fun. It's a game, and I also, for the most part, I enjoy it for the social aspect. I like meeting people. So sometimes I could probably almost annoy some of the guys that are really focused on just winning, and I'm cracking up and making jokes when they're under so much pressure. It's kind of funny actually when I reflect on it and think about some of the people that are sitting there like, please just stop making jokes. I'm trying to win $10 here, or 100,000 or $1 million.
So that might give you an edge, you think?
I really believe it gives me an edge. And anytime you're having fun doing something and again inspiring other people, I think you have an edge anyway.
How do you manage to succeed at a cutthroat game like poker when you have such a friendly mindset? Do you turn it off when you're at the table at all, or is that just always on?
Well, for the most part, I'd say it's always on. But when I'm at that table, make no mistake about it, I want to win. I'm competitive. I enjoy games. I want to beat the people as bad as they want to beat me. But also, I want to have fun while I'm doing it. And again, I want to inspire people, let them have fun. Most people that I end up knocking out of a tournament, the majority are leaving laughing and having a great time, and they're glad they met me, and they even ask for my card and want to contact me again. And you won't see that on too many players that knock someone out.
Yeah, I would think that would be pretty rare. So would you say that you're inspiring happiness even when you're at a table full of ruthless opponents?
Yes, I would. The people, again, is the biggest part of what I like about it. And I learned this a few years back. I went to Paris and played, and I did not speak French, and unfortunately I could not socialize with too many people there. And candidly, I did not like it at all, because I did poker so I could get to meet people and laugh with them and have a good time, not to go there and treat it like a job. I already have one of those.
I've heard before that you might even discuss tips for a healthy marriage when you're at the poker table. How does that go over?
It's kind of funny. About 50% of the people are open to have discussion about their relationship, but actually the other half is it's a little bit taboo. Some of what I find taboo generally is the people that are older than me. But I have a way to get people to open up because they realize that it's sincerity and I'm not trying to be nosy or make fun of them or what have you. I have a 21-year relationship with my wife. We've been married 18 years and I'm madly in love with her. And as Card Player had quoted before, I still peek around the corner to see her naked, which is a very good sign. So, you know, I feel like I'm an expert on it after having that many years, and to have as much joy that my wife and I have with our family.
Yeah, you were mentioning that about 50% of these guys might not really open up to you. Is there anything that you say that can kind of soften the facade that some of these guys have? Any personable way you go about it?
I don't know that it's any loaded or particular set of words. I pretty much can liken myself to a chameleon. I can adapt to whoever I'm, or whatever culture, however age of person, old somebody is, whatever it is. I feel like I can adapt to them. But most of that is because I'm genuine. Again, when I'm asking the question, I care about the situation, and they can tell that very quickly. And I make, I make jokes with them, and they can just tell that I'm a good-hearted person, and I'm thankful for that, but it's because I am. If you were trying to fake that, majority of people sniff it out pretty fast. And so because it's something that I'm passionate about and people see it, they're very willing to share any and everything with me. I get people to tell me just about everything. So
yeah, you were saying the phoniness is easy for them to sniff out. I would expect that to be especially true of poker players and fellow entrepreneurs. So most people would expect a successful entrepreneur, a poker champion like yourself, would be this, ultra competitive, heartless guy. Isn't that how most people get to the top?
I think some would describe it that that's a necessity, but I could never describe it that way. It's not a necessity. Will that work? Yeah, but it's a very shallow life. It's just not somebody I want to be. In order to get ahead, I want to do things that help other people succeed. I've been that way for a major part of my life. When you're young, you're not necessarily thinking about it. You're in the Maslow's hierarchy where you're just really trying to survive at that point. But as you get older and you start to think about your life and find yourself, at least for me, you realize that I want to keep going and moving ahead because I'm making a difference in people's lives. And you can make all the money in the world and have all the success you want just by helping others be successful too.
It sounds like you really have a gift for inspiring happiness. Would you say this is something that everyone is capable of?
Yes, I do. And one of the things I'm doing now, and I read this book about 15 years ago. It's one of the top books in history, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's amazing what can happen if you truly put time into complimenting people and listening to what their needs and wants are, and then seeing what else you might be able to offer to them that might lend them, again, some inspiration or some advice in life based on some experiences you've had. It's just always served me very well. And, people say, well, you just have that gift to be able to do that. Actually, everybody does. And one thing, if you take nothing else away today, if anybody that's listening to this, just today, they start complimenting somebody and listening to their, whatever their needs or wants or problems are, and offering some type of positive commentary, I think you'd be surprised with just how fulfilling that is and what a difference it makes in somebody else's life, instead of going around and just being the person that's just telling everybody else your problems.
Shawn, tell us about what it was like sitting at that final table at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open.
Well, one of the great things is, because I've been there before, not to sound cocky, but I've been at several final tables and I've won several events, I was very comfortable to be there. and it was nice not to feel as much pressure being under the lights and cameras. I mean, to win $750,000 was an amazing experience, that's for sure. I mean, even after my top victory prior to that, it was still a $425,000 win. So to win close to double that amount of money, yeah, it was a pretty interesting experience, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to be in that position.
Could you take us through like one of the most important moments, one of the impact plays that really got you to the top?
Well, after I had lost a couple pots, I didn't get too down. And then I had a little bit of luck when I ran into a full house against Daniel Coleman. And but I feel like I played the hand very well because it helped me to completely double up my stack. And that was a defining moment in the tournament to propel me to get down to the final 3 spots.
Tell us what the big win means for the future of Inspire Happiness.
Well, this tournament was the first tournament that I really broke out and talked a lot more about Inspire Happiness by wearing my patches while I was playing. And I want to continue down that path. And I want to continue to show it, you know, by having some great fortune like that and winning tournaments like that, and the great fortune I've had in life, that you can give back and make a difference in a lot of people's lives. So anytime that I benefit in life from something like this financially, anybody that's known me any length of time knows I'm a guy that shares it with those around me. And so as I continue to be blessed by God, I'm going to continue to give back and share with those that are a part of my life. So,
Shawn, those Inspire Happiness badges that you've been wearing at the recent tournaments, has that been creating a lot of buzz and getting a lot of positive attention for your initiative?
Yes, when I first started wearing the patches, I really just thought it would be something I would be wearing, and maybe a few of my friends. But I never realized like as many people that would want to wear something like this and be a part of it. It gave me hope that maybe the people really were searching for somebody to inspire them, and when they go to these events, have a good time instead of sitting there miserable and again treating it like a job that I don't think that they really like or care about as much. But it was overwhelming with how many people had asked me to bring more next time so they could wear it. And obviously, for those of you that were following the stream or watching it on Twitter, you got to see there was many people wearing the patches either on hats or being funny and putting them on their forehead, wearing them on their shirts. So going forward, I'm going to bring a lot more of these badges and let people just have fun with it. And hopefully I can continue to be part of a cultural movement within a hobby that I respect and enjoy.
Well, Shawn, I want to congratulate you on your 3rd place finish at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. That's just fantastic, and thanks a lot for telling us about Inspire Happiness. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I've enjoyed myself today.